Hi guys, my name is Crystal. This is 7th Veil Tarot and Astrology. This is going to be a reading for Taurus. So Taurus, welcome in. I hope you all are feeling great today. I hope you are having an amazing start of your day. All right, so we are going to be doing a general reading. We're going to be checking the energy, seeing what it is that you need to know, seeing what it is that comes out at this time. All right, so I'm going to start with my Oracle deck, Taurus, because I just want to see what kind of energies are going on with you. Let's see what type of house topics, what it is that we need before we jump into the reading, all right? And if this reading resonates, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And I also want to thank my new incoming subscribers as well, okay? All right, Taurus, let's jump into your reading. So I do want to say you could be seeing the angel number 717. So I do feel like there's some type of ascension or DNA upgrades, nervous system upgrades going on. You could have recently healed something off your subconscious that is resulting in your nervous system being able to maybe more so ground itself more and relax, okay? You also could be seeing the angel number 131 as well. All right, so we have opposition, polarity, confrontation, divided loyalties. We have Saturn retrograde, confusion, self-doubt, and distraction. And then we have the 7th house, relationships, balance, and negotiations. Okay, what else for Taurus? So Capricorn and Aquarius could be significant. You could have Capricorn in the 7th house. You could have Aquarius in the 7th house as well. So we have Pluto retrograde coming out, manipulation, power struggles, control issues. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Cancer, emotional loyalty, and understanding. Let's see, let's get one more. So you could be healing from power struggles when it comes to relationships, okay? All right, we have ascendant, personality, impression, and appearance. So some of you could have Taurus on the ascendant. You could be at Taurus risings, okay? You could have Taurus in the 7th house, all right? With ascendant coming out, right, and personality, impression, I feel like some of you could have been misjudged by people, all right, when it comes to relationships. This could have been really overwhelming, all right? There could have been a lot of confusion and a lot of self-doubt around your identity, around who you really are. You could be healing from power struggles in relationships, right? You could have dealt with someone, or there could have been people in your energy that had control issues. All right, and then we have North Node. I just split the deck too. So direction, potential, and purpose. So Taurus, you are healing. You are clearing something off of your nervous system. You are moving towards your North Node and out of your comfort zone. So I could be talking to someone that has a Taurus South Node as well as a Taurus North Node. So if you have a Taurus South Node, right, you could be needing to move out of your South Node into your North Node, which would be what, probably Scorpio, maybe, right? And then we do have Pluto out here. So Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. So if not literally, then figuratively, then you're just needing to literally get out of your comfort zone. You're needing to increase your awareness, okay? Find some type of depth. All right, let's see. Let's get one more. And it's 111 right now. My twin actually just texted me and said 111. So what are you thinking about? What are you manifesting, right? 111, that's number 3. So that's the Empress, okay? What are you creating, right? Abundance is in the air. And wow, Venus. So beauty, romance, and values. And then here we have Taurus. Creativity, discipline, and trustworthy. And then we have the 8th house. So I did mention Scorpio, intimacy, death, legacy, transformation, and rebirth as well. So you could be going through a rebirth and a transformation of self, okay? So let's see. I guess we can go ahead and we can jump right into the tarot. And we actually have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. But you know what? I want to go and I want to jump into this deck right here. We're going to start off with this deck. I want to see what your past energy is before we move forward and see what's coming in for you, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, with the 2 of Pentacles and the Hermit, with the Ace of Cups, and there is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so you are healing, all right? You could have broken something off of your bloodline, okay, with the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. You could have broken some type of generational curse, all right? With the 2 of Pentacles, you could be juggling things, trying to balance, right, the wisdom and the knowledge maybe that you've learned with the Hermit, okay? And with the Ace of Cups, this could be your awakening, your ascension. This is that heart chakra activation. This is you coming into your intuition. This is you loving on yourself. This is you pouring into yourself. I'm also feeling like that creative energy with Taurus and Venus, okay? This is you pouring that cup of love into yourself, right? And when you pour that cup of love into yourself, then everything around you will also respond as well, okay? All right, so let's see what was going on in Taurus's recent past. All right, so we have death in the reverse coming out, so Scorpio, and then we have the King of Swords. Okay, what else? So, and then we have Judgment. So you're still undergoing a transformation, and that's that Pluto energy. So you're still undergoing a transformation. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini could be significant. We do have the 7th house out here. So this could be you, right? Still undergoing a transformation. Learning to be discerning, increasing your awareness, increasing your logic around certain situations, okay? With Judgment here, this is you going through an awakening. So this could be you awakening to the manipulation and the power struggles within your relationships, all right? And you're still healing or you're still working through something, which is why death is in the reverse, because this transformation is not over. Let's see, what else? All right, so we had the 8 of Wands in the reverse. I just saw 939. And then the Queen of Swords with the Chariot in the reverse with the Knight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's see. What's the 8 of Wands in the reverse? We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. All right, so for some of you, Taurus, this could be you also clearing up an illusion around a King of Swords, an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini masculine, okay? You could be thinking about the past. You could be looking into something in the past. There could have been a painful ending that you went through with the Ten of Swords, okay? And with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, this is something that you are about to come out of, all right? So here is the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse again. So for some of you, right, this could be your partner. This could be your masculine. I could be talking to a Taurus that's dealing with an Aquarius, right? Libra, or a Gemini. This could be a realization or something about yourself that your masculine actually recently helped you walk yourself through. And here we have the King of Wands coming out. So this person could be really assertive. They could be a go-getter, all right? They could be really passionate, or this could be you, all right? Let's see. What is the King of Wands? Eight of Wands reversed with this Seven of Cups. So we have the Sun coming out in the reverse. So what's the Sun in the reverse? Or this could have been this masculine Taurus that you were dealing with that actually was manipulative, okay? And here we have the Queen of Swords. So there could be multiple people involved, okay? There could be a situation where I'm talking to a Taurus, right, who went through a situation with a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, all right? This person could have been distorted. They could have been in their ego, all right? With the Eight of Wands in the reverse, that could have been that miscommunication, that manipulation, okay? Someone could have been really controlling. Someone could have spoken and said a lot of nasty words. And this was an illusion that you needed to clear up and you needed to move away from, okay, with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So this King of Wands could be another party, and I could be talking to a Taurus feminine, right, who maybe has strong air placements in your chart. So you could have strong air in your ascendant. You could have strong air in your 7th house, okay? So let's just say you're someone that has Libra in your 7th house and you're learning to balance things out when it comes to partnerships and relationships. You could be looking at the different situations and with different people that you went through, okay? And you could honestly be, I'm not going to say like comparing in a negative way, but just contrasting, you know, a negative situation versus the positive situation and seeing how the positive situation helped you see the negatives about the situation where it was just nothing but red flags that you were avoiding and you didn't want to see. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting. Let's see, what's this Queen of Swords with this Sun in reverse and the Eight of Wands in the reverse? We have the Six of Wands. So yeah, there's that victory. There's you overcoming, right? There's that public recognition, okay? You could have been dealing with a group of people, right? There could have been a group of people. There could have been multiple different relationships that were imbalanced in your life that you had to increase your discernment in, okay? So I could be talking to a Taurus feminine or a Taurus masculine that has heavy air in their chart, all right? Okay, and then so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like with the Three of Cups in the reverse, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, in your recent past, you decided to separate from the things that no longer were aligned with you, right? This is you coming out of the cold, all right? This is you releasing scattered thoughts, okay? This is you releasing competition and negativity with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Five of Wands. And then behind that, we have the Lovers and the High Priestess. So you're making the right choices for you. You are aligning with the things that bring you joy, bring you peace. Okay, you've done a lot of alchemizing. All right, I just saw 1551 as I said that. So you've done a lot of alchemizing of your shadow. We have Temperance with the Five of Cups in the reverse. So you're healing. Okay, you're healing, you're moving forward. All right, you could have been looking into your past, right, with the Two of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords, Justice in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, right? This is you looking into your past. I just saw 1616, so the Tower. But this is you looking into your past, looking back on the things that hurt you, looking back on the things that separated you from yourself, looking back on the things that were unjust, unbalanced, right? You could have thought that maybe something was unfair with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, all right? But you're going to win. This is something that you're coming out of with the Six of Wands, okay? You're finding the clarity. You're finding the success within yourself, joy, happiness. All right, we have the Fool. So you're breaking away. You're taking a leap of faith. All right, you're taking a leap of faith where maybe your ideas were blocked before. We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and there's that Tower in the reverse. I just mentioned the Tower. So you could have been avoiding something. You could have been avoiding yourself. You could have been avoiding your goals. You could have just emotionally shut down. You didn't have any ideas. Okay, there was like a lack of structure, a lack of intuition, a lack of inspiration. Okay, but now you're breaking free of all of that with the Fool. You're taking the leap of faith and you're moving towards the things that are aligned with you. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you've done a lot of inner child healing. You're learning to speak up for yourself. You're working on your self-expression, okay? You're working on your emotions. You could have been somebody before who repressed your emotions. And now you're breaking free of that with the Fool. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think, I'm gonna pull some oracles first before we move on to your current energy, okay? All right, let's see. What else for Taurus? What's this right here? Okay, so we have finding a way out, okay? So this is in the reverse. So you could have been in the past, right? You were feeling like maybe you weren't going to find a way out of your situation when you were in it. There could have been some unwanted exposure. We have information disclosed, embarrassment, revealing something personal, made public, negative attention. So you could have gone through something, right, that was public. So this Six of Wands could have also been like maybe public arguments, public fights. You could have been like, yeah, just having a lot of conflict and a lot of tension with different people, all right? Maybe you thought that you weren't going to find a way out of this. Let's see. What's finding a way out? We have piece of the pie, and that's coming out in the reverse. What's piece of the pie with finding a way out? I feel like that was only like part of the story, right? Like that was only the part of the story that you were telling yourself when you were in the situation that you were in, okay? We have the poisoned mind at the bottom of the deck. So greed, hatred, and delusion. And that's number 44. And then we have the last laugh, watching you win. Tables turn, projected fears and mockery turn into submission and obsession. All right, so people could have projected onto you, all right? People could have been really reactive in your energy, okay? People could have been, like I said, manipulative. There could have been a lot of arguments, fights, tension. The people could have been gaslighting you, trying to make you forget what it is that they did to you, right, when they were in the wrong, okay? And now you're coming out of that. So as you come out of that and as you move to your victory and your success, the tables are now starting to turn. The people that were in your energy doing these things to you are now noticing that you're removing yourself. They're now noticing that you are not allowing them the same type of access that you did before, okay? And people could be panicking, okay? But you're not paying any attention to that. You are just removing your energy, all right? And then we have the sweet life. Indulgence, pleasure, comfort, fulfillment, carefree life. And this is number 3. So that aligns with the Empress, Taurus. This is you. That's what you want. You want a carefree life. You don't want to keep dealing with BS, okay? You want to move past the past, process it, take it for what it is. But I'm almost getting the energy of like, you want to move on, okay? You want to find happiness, all right? You want to explore, you want to get out, you want to travel, all right? Let's see, let's get one more from this deck and then I'm going to move on to the tarot. What's this, the last laugh? We have payday, collect checks, payouts, and paycheck. So you are working on your money, okay? So also too, someone could have been talking about you in the past, right? Maybe you were making bad decisions when it comes to finances, when it comes to money. People could have been talking about your resources and maybe the lack of things that you could have had, right? And maybe this is where some of those, power struggles came from, like people thinking that you need them, right? And then we have closed door, revoked access, and this is card number 41, so that aligns with the Hierophant. And right behind that we have cash flow, investments, business, and success. So you are closing the doors on the bullshit that you went through in the past, all right? And you're not allowing it to stop your money and to stop your cash flow, okay? You're moving on. You're going to be paid. You're going to be successful. You're going to be victorious, and they're going to have something to talk about and maybe even laugh at. But what they should be laughing at is themselves, right? And the fact that they tried to manipulate, gaslight, or hurt a good person, right? But everyone is wounded in some type of way, right? So even the people that do the most harm, all right? My cat is right here. Even the people that do the most harm, you know what they say, hurt people hurt people. So I don't necessarily feel like it's because they are bad people. I don't feel like anyone comes into the world being bad people. We're all shaped by different things, traumas, the way our parents raised us, etc. However, no, that's not an excuse, right, for people's behavior, but it's just also just understanding people and understanding why they are the way they are, why they move the way they do, being accepting of that, but also understanding that you can accept that, you forgive, you move on, right? You don't forget, you forgive, but you don't forget, you move on, you release whatever it is out of your heart, because you don't want to carry any, negativity. You don't want anything stopping your money. You don't want anything stopping your abundance, okay? And then we have keep an optimistic mindset, see it, believe it, motivation, achieve it, and determination, okay? So let's see. Let's jump into, you know what? I want to get some cards from this deck as well too. Let's get some more tea. Let's see. Give me something else. What's going on for Taurus in their recent past? Rumor has it, rumors are flying in your circle. So there were rumors, there was gossiping, people talking about you behind your back, which I just mentioned that. All right, people talking about what it is that you have, what it is that you don't have. All right, so we have shocking discovery, and that came out in the reverse. A shocking discovery is on its way. So it came out in the reverse. So I'm just going to take this as like, it wasn't shocking, right? This could have been something that you knew that was going on behind your back, okay? And I also feel like too, there could have been like a situation in your recent past where somebody was lying about that you're going to also find the truth. And you could have seen the truth all along, but the other people in the situation thought that they were manipulating you and thought that they were lying to you and that you were believing whatever bullshit story that they were making up, okay? I'm also getting that too. Like almost like they really thought that the story that they fabricated was so solid that you wouldn't question it or that you wouldn't find out the actual truth. So they were the ones that didn't have the clarity while you had the clarity, which is why it's not even shocking. And then we have hidden truths. Facts haven't been fully revealed, but that's coming out with shocking discovery in the reverse. So it's a hidden truth. The facts haven't been fully revealed, but it's something that you already know. Your intuition is already pinging about this situation, okay? And then we have hidden agenda in a reverse. Someone has a hidden agenda and motives, and that's in the reverse because it's not hidden. It's obvious. You know what it is. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so let's see. What else does Taurus need to know? What is coming towards the Taurus collective? What are they working on? Alright, so we have the Five of Cups, the first card coming out. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So you are very intuitive, you're very smart. This is you seeing something, you know what's going on. You could be healing from, one moment. So this to me is you healing, okay? This is you working on the guilt, the grief, the sadness, okay? Yep. And then here's the Fool again, right? So you're breaking out of this. You're breaking free from the past. You're breaking free from the things that kept you stuck, okay? There's that Two of Pentacles coming out. Why? What's the Two of Pentacles? I feel like you're no longer juggling, right? There's this 10 of Pentacles coming out. You're no longer juggling. You are working on building your foundation. You were working on your legacy. Here's Judgment again. So you are very self-aware. Judgment with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Hangman. You are working on yourself. You're shifting your perspective. We have the Six of Pentacles with the King of Wands. So you are looking at the things that you value and what values you, okay? You're looking at these connections for what they are, okay? You're seeing where there needs to be equal give and take and reciprocity, okay? Maybe you're also realizing where there wasn't any in the past, okay? This King of Wands, right? So we have the World with the Devil. So you could be closing out a cycle with this King of Wands, right? This Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be just like an older masculine, right? They could just be somebody that's older. And they're coming out as the King of Wands because of that power struggles and that manipulation, this Pluto retrograde energy, where it's like they had control issues, they were in their ego, just like a really bold person, but bold in like a negative type of way, bold in an egotistical, toxic type of a way. And I feel like you're moving away from that, right? And then we have the Nine of Cups. So you're moving away from this toxicity, okay? You're ending this cycle and you're moving towards your Nine of Cups. You're moving towards, I hear my cat. I don't know what the hell he's doing under my bed, but you're moving towards your wish fulfillment. You're moving towards finding a new sense of joy, okay? A new sense of contentment, all right? What's this Ten of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So you're releasing conflict, you're releasing tension, you're releasing stress. All right, you're working on your legacy, you're working on your foundation. You could be building something. So we have Saturn retrograde, but we also have opposition, right? So Aquarius is significant, Capricorn is significant, right? Ten of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo, but I still sometimes get like Capricorn energy off the Ten of Pentacles because it makes me feel like that energy of like structure and legacy and like building and working on your finances, right? Thinking about the fact that we are in a 1 year, right? We have the Fool. So entering this 1 year, taking a leap of faith. The Ten of Pentacles makes me think of like the 10th house, right? So your reputation, your legacy, how you're seen out in the world, right? So you could also, there could also, I just saw 333. So some of you Taurus, right? There could have been situations where you maybe felt like embarrassed, or you were having, issues juggling with how you could have been like reactive to certain things in the past, right? And now you're healing that. So there could have been some shame around the way you acted, okay? That you're clearing up as well, all right? Let's see, what's this Five of Swords, Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles? We have the Three of Swords. What's the Three of Swords? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So you're healing. You're separating from self-sabotaging behaviors. You're no longer juggling. You're ready for your abundance, for your rewards to come in, all right? I feel like you passed a major test. Like you had to go through something extreme probably too when it came to relationships, right? Like almost too, like if I'm talking to a person who is in a connection now, right? You are realizing that you had to go through the negative experience to appreciate the new thing and the real deal when it came in, right? And your gift is coming in, or you already have it and your person is here with you right at this time while you work through these things of your path. Okay. And then we have the Page of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, Four of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I almost feel like, Taurus, this is you realizing where you abandoned yourself. You're seeing the truth. Give me 1 second. You could be seeing the truth about your own past financial struggles. You could be walking away from discontentment with the Four of Cups, right? You could be walking away from being at a stalemate. You could be making better choices, finding someone, right? The Lovers, this could be that connection where you have found somebody that aligns with you morally, spiritually, okay? The Eight of Cups with the Four of Cups. I feel like you're reviewing your past. Page of Pentacles. Feels like something is being revealed to you. Almost like you might have had some type of like aha moment where it's like, you're like, wow, okay, that makes sense. Or wow, I understand this. Or I get why I did this in the past. Or I get why this had to happen in the past. And look, here's that Six of Wands again. Victory, success. This is that public recognition, okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Moon. This was fated. This was a part of your destiny. I feel like you had to clear something off of your subconscious, okay? See past certain illusions, let go of fear, let go of anxiety in order to find your Nine of Cups. Okay. Let's see. You know, I want to get a Kundalini card. Wow, we have I just split the deck to Twin Flame Awakening, Reflections of the Soul. So Taurus, some of you could be in a twin flame connection. All right, so we have, wow, Mary Magdalene, embracing the left hand path. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Divine Mother's Wisdom, Journey with Intention, Heal with Mother Divine. Okay. Let's see. Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, and then I'm going to also get some advice cards. And then, Taurus, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading. All right, and Mary Magdalene, so she's on page 30, which number 3, that aligns with the Empress. So the presence of Mary Magdalene in your Kundalini journey illuminates the left-hand path, a path that challenges conventions and transcends limitations. In embracing the left-hand path, you recognize that spiritual transformation doesn't always follow conventional norms. It's a journey of embracing your unique connection to the divine and tapping into the primal, raw energies that flow within you. Mary Magdalene, often misunderstood, was a symbol of feminine wisdom, unconditional love, and divine union. She defied social norms and embraced her own spiritual journey, guided by her inner knowing. Just as she chose to walk a path less traveled, this card encourages you to explore your own inner truths, even if they diverge from the mainstream. Walking the left-hand path is a significant spiritual journey, often chosen by souls seeking deep discovery, personal authenticity, and transformation. It's a path that embraces individuality, challenges conventional norms, and often delves into the deeper, sometimes shadowy aspect of the self and the universe. The left-hand path invites you to question preconceived notions, to deep dive into your shadow, and to harness the potent energies that reside within. It's a path of empowerment where you trust your intuition and explore the hidden corners of your psyche. Dear Seeker, as you connect with the spirit of Mary Magdalene, you are invited to embark on a profound journey of the soul. Mary Magdalene, a beacon of the divine feminine, guides you to explore the depths of your inner world, encouraging you to embrace the transformative power of the left-hand path. The path is one of the unorthodox wisdom and sacred rebellion against conventional norms. It is a journey where the mysteries of true self are unveiled and where the conventional is challenged in favor of personal truth and spiritual authenticity. Mary Magdalene's spirit encourages you to delve into the parts of yourself that have remained hidden or suppressed. She guides you to recognize and embrace all aspects of your being, including those that society may have deemed unconventional or unorthodox. And that made me think of the energy of this Page of Cups in the reverse. I just saw 414 and 4144, where it's like needing to work on your self-expression and open up and use your voice. Okay. Embrace your unique sacred power, for it is in your individuality that your true strength lies. Mary Magdalene's journey was one of courage and resilience. She now offers you the same strength to walk your path with confidence and grace. Allow her wisdom to remind you that every experience, every challenge, and every joy is an integral part of your spiritual evolution. You are being called to trust in the wisdom of your own experiences, to listen to the voice of your intuition, and to honor the journey that is uniquely yours. Mary Magdalene whispers to you, embrace your sensual nature without shame, for it is a source of divine connection. Embrace the darkness within, for it holds the keys to your transformation. Embrace the unorthodox, for it allows you to forge your own spiritual connection. Remember, the path of awakening is not always linear or confronting to external expectations. It is a path of discovery, of finding light in the shadows, and transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. As you journey with Mary Magdalene, let her courage and wisdom illuminate your path. Trust in the journey of self-discovery and inner alchemy. Embrace the left-hand path and walk it with the knowledge that you were guided, protected, and deeply loved. Okay, I like that. I'm sitting over here like, and I just saw 323. And that for me is a twin flame union number. I'm trying to think, should I get some more cards or was that enough? I kind of feel like Mary Magdalene gave us all the advice that we needed. I didn't even get into the Moonology cards, but at the bottom of my Moonology deck, we had Higher Power, Moon Goddess, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read that one as well. But you know what? I don't think I need to. I think Mary Magdalene, honestly, done sealed the deal so much that I have nothing else to say. So guys, I hope you like this reading. Okay, feel free to please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.